Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of A Wonderful Life. Thank you for tuning in. And it's been a while since the last episode, so if you are new to the podcast, if you haven't listened to an episode before, my name's Jules, and I'm a Vietnamese-born Australian who now lives in Canada, and I've been moving a lot for the past decade of my life and learned a lot about living a life that feels true to who we are and how we spend our lives honoring who we are and what we desire. And I love everything to do with that. Today I'm sitting out in the backyard of a friend's house in Calgary. I actually just landed back in Canada after being away for a year and a half. And I was just lying down, listening to a meditation, and decided to actually record something on it because it occurred to me that there's this dance between our needs and our wants. And I just felt like it was an important thing to visit and to make aware for myself and for those of you who are listening. So there's I used to use Headspace religiously. I used to subscribe to it every year, and the last time I thought about resubscribing, I just didn't have the budget for it. So I decided to just stay on their free meditations. And now they've only got one called Reflecting on Our Needs. And so I've just been using that one free meditation for the past 6 months, I'd say. And I got to tell you, it's been really nice to have the same meditation that I come back to. And it's served me every single time. I get something different from it every single time. And there's something that she says at the end of this meditation that is, just as we grow, so are the things we need to feel safe. And as I thought about that today, I recognized how much of the past year and a half I have spent striving for what I want. Because the question that most of us get asked all the time is, what do you want? What do you want for your life? What do you want to do? What it is that you truly desire? What do you want for yourself? And we don't get asked as much, what do we need right now in this very moment? And I'm starting to learn how important it is for us to honor what it is that we need before we can go after what it is that we desire. Like, it's funny, before I actually got on my flight to Canada yesterday, I spent some time with my coach. It's a really beautiful time. We're just having a coffee and just talking about things. And I was talking to him about my TikTok account. I used to post a lot of videos about depression and emotions, and it was 2022 or 2023 that I was doing had a lot of focus on audience building. And when I look back at the stuff that I was doing a couple of years back, building business, building coaching business, building an audience, trying to launch an e-commerce business and, have my own life. A lot of that came from this energy of striving. I knew what I was capable of, and I was really curious to find out the capacity that I had to create the life that I wanted. And I cringe when I watch these old videos and even my old podcast episodes, because the energy that I receive now, at this moment of who I am and who I get to be right now, is that I notice the energy of striving for what I want. And there's so much pressure coming from that. I could feel that in my own voice when I listen to myself. And now it's really different. It's not that I'm not going for what I want, but I have a lot more attention and priority for what I need, because that makes going for what I want a much more pleasant journey. I can give you a really basic example of this, and that is having a source of income while you go for what you want. I've quit many jobs in the past few years because every time I turn up to work, I just feel this this knowing like, oh God, why am I spending my time here? I could be better spending my time, working on my website and looking at manufacturers and figuring stuff out. Being an entrepreneur, I'd much rather spend my time doing that because it felt more valuable for me to do that. So I'd end up quitting my jobs without anything lined up. And eventually I'd run out of money, or I start to feel financially constrained. At the same time, I have this, no, I'm striving, I'm going for what I want, without really honoring what I need. And so now I see that what I need can actually be a great partner, a great partnership to being able to create all the things that I desire. And from this place of joy, of love, of effortlessness, of abundance, of ease and flow. Because here's the thing, a lot of us are conditioned to achieve and pursue success in a way that comes from the belief that success requires a grind. It requires hard work. It requires dedication of time. It requires stress. It requires like a hustle attitude. But it's not true. It's not true. Success can very much come from ease and flow, and if we pay enough attention to working on our alignment, working on getting to know who we are and what our soul really wants, then success can come from ease and flow. And the people I know who've achieved success with ease and flow are the ones that I recognize a true happiness within, a happiness that's inside out, a success that comes inside out and not from the material things. So I want to bring the attention back to this dance between our needs and desires. It's not a journey that we choose between going for what we want all the time. But I think what's important is knowing that it's maybe more important sometimes to look at what it is that we need. And what I really get out of this meditation every day, and I sometimes do skip out on it. But when I do allow myself to just have this 10 minutes of reflecting on my needs, I'm really happy that I do it, because it brings me back to what I need to go for what I desire with ease and flow, not from a place of striving, of trying, of struggling, of stressing. And so I just want to encourage you that if there is something that you want to strive for, be sure to pay enough, if not more, attention to what it is that you need in every moment, and work on mastering that energy, mastering noticing your needs before your wants. And it's quite crucial. And I'm speaking from, I guess, this moment in time of my life where I've come from that energy of striving for a little bit and realized that, you know what, needs kind of come first. You gotta cover your basics. And so I have my coach to thank for this podcast, for inspiring me to pay attention to my basics, covering my basics. And from there, I've really been able to feel a lot more free to be who I am and go for what I want and create what I desire. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next episode. Much love.